revolution. Well, you know, we all want to change the world.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 197. This is an episode that's been teased for like 2 months now, and I'm finally bringing it to you. This is my Mafex, Mezco, SH Figuarts, NECA, Storm Collectibles, I think I got them all, collection video / room tour. So I think I'm going to be posting this on Christmas Day, so I figured this is a good place to start the video in front of the old Christmas tree. So happy holidays to you all. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys are having a great holiday. But let's get started. Let's go down to the Nerd Cave, check out my collection, and see what I got. Welcome to the Man Cave, or as I like to call it, the Nerd Cave. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, as you can see by the Star Wars posters framed on the wall. Also a big Walking Dead fan, so some Walking Dead stuff there. But if you watched the first part of my collection video, you'll know that I do also collect Hot Toys figures. I actually just reorganized all these Hot Toys figures last night, as a matter of fact. So they are all in new order. I have all the Avengers up top from Age of Ultron. So there's the lineup up there. But this is not a Hot Toys video. This is all the rest of this stuff that I got. So let's get started. I'm going to start with some NECA pieces. So here are the first pieces you're going to see in my collection. These are my quarter scale NECA figures. I've got the Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Love these pieces. I do want the Donatello and Raphael as well to complete my turtles, but there is Leonardo. And they've got their Pete's in their hands. Mikey's got his nunchucks. The other quarter scale piece that I have is a Deadpool. This is an awesome piece here. The only problem with the quarter scale figures is that they are large. They take up a lot of room, so it's kind of hard to find space for them. But if I could find the other two turtles, they will occupy the top of this little shelf thing here, and then Deadpool will have to find a new home. So there is my quarter scale NECA Deadpool. Very awesome figure. And there's the turtles. So let's go ahead and check out the rest of my stuff. This is the Nerd Bar. This is where I film a lot of my videos, my hauls, my collection videos, whatnot. Got some Black Series stuff up there right now. But let's get started. So we're going to go in here, my unfinished part of my basement. I've got my lights set up so you guys can see what I actually have in here. And we're going to start with NECA. So let's keep this going. NECA, Adam West, Batman 66. Very awesome figure. Staying with the old school retro vibe, I got the Christopher Reeve Superman. Awesome piece. I love this piece. Very cool. You can't tell, but the knees are actually articulated. They do a very good job of obscuring the knee articulation there. Same with the Adam West. The way they sculpted the knees, you could kind of see the articulation there, but there is Batman, Superman, and then moving on down the line chronologically, there's Michael Keaton. The Michael Keaton 1989 Batman. Moving on to the Batman Begins Christian Bale Batman figure. These are all about 7 inches tall. And I do use the NECA stands for these to keep them from falling. And then last but not least, the Heath Ledger NECA Joker figure from Dark Knight. Very awesome figure right there. Look at that. So there are the superheroes that I have for NECA. Moving on down to the Predator shelf. So basically, if you didn't get a good look when I first came in, I have these bookcases. Then I have that table as well. But the bookcases, I have shelves. And I try and keep all of the properties together as much as I can. First things first are my Predators. So I'll start in the back. These Predator figures are amazing. Sometimes the limbs are a little loose. Sometimes the legs, hips, arms are a little loose, so you definitely need the stands for these guys. And I have bought some accessory packs as well. As you can see, the body there that this one is holding. I think that's the Elder Predator. I don't remember the names for these, so unfortunately, I'm just kind of showing you the pictures of them. There's a lot of Predators that NECA has made, but they are all very, very awesome. Very, very detailed. This one glows in the dark here. And again, I'm using some of the... He's kind of hidden back there. Using some of the accessories from the accessory pack. There's a close-up of Arnold right there. Get to the chopper! Do it now! Hurry! Anyway, there was my terrible Arnold impersonation. This one here is very, very awesome as well. I love the skull on the belt. And again, I'm using the stands for all of these just to make sure they don't fall over. And here is the, I think that one was called the Jungle Demon. That one is kind of translucent. Very, very awesome paint on this. Try not to block my light so you could see this thing. And then moving on to the familiar Predator that we know from the Predator movie. This is my favorite one in my collection, my favorite Predator. Probably because he's from the movie and I just love that movie. I can watch that movie whenever it's on TV. Anytime I see Predator on TV, anytime I'm bored and don't know what to watch, I could pop Predator in. I could pop Predator in, I could pop Terminator 2 in. There's a bunch of old movies from the 80s that I just love to watch on repeat. But I do have a few Dutch figures as well. So here is this Dutch. I think that one was called the Jungle Encounter Dutch, possibly. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But he's got the old cigar in his mouth. And then I've got this Dutch as well. Excellent likeness to Arnold Schwarzenegger right there. Look at that face sculpt. You get a lot for your money with NECA figures. These figures are all around 20 bucks, maybe 25, but with the detail that you get, the sculpting, a lot of people complain that, you know, they break, but I think I've had one NECA figure break, and that was when I first started collecting them and I didn't really know what to do. My advice to you if you are interested in getting into NECAs is as soon as you get a figure out of the package, use a hairdryer, put it in front of a space heater, warm up all the joints, because those joints can freeze, and if you try and bend them and manipulate them when they're frozen, you'll snap a limb off. So again, if you're just careful and you heat up the joints, you only have to do it once. You don't have to do it every time. Basically, you unfreeze all the joints, and then you are able to articulate them and pose them. But that's my advice. It's worked for me so far, so there you go. But I love NECA figures. There's a lot of properties that NECA makes figures for, so as you'll see on the next shelf. But there's my Predator shelf. I love this shelf. By the way, just to let you know, this is kind of like my happy place in the house. Anytime I have a super, super stressful day, I come in here and look at figures, and it makes me very, very happy, puts me in a great mood. But let's move on to the next shelf. So we've got some Rocky figures. These are, again, all NECA figures. So there is, let me get out of the light here so you can see it. There's Clubber Lang, Mr. T, from Rocky 3. Awesome, awesome Clubber Lang figure there. There's Rocky Balboa, the Italian Stallion, the championship belt. I think that is from Rocky 3 as well, I believe. We've got Ivan Drago, the Russian, from Rocky 4, my favorite Rocky movie. Ivan Drago figure there. They also made one with yellow trunks where he's not a bloodied up. I think that was when he fought. And, spoiler alert, killed this guy right here, Apollo Creed. Do I have to say spoiler alert for a movie that was from the 80s? If you have not seen Rocky 4, what are you doing? Push stop on this video. Go watch Rocky 4. Then come back and watch the rest of this. And then here is the Rocky from Rocky 4, draped with the American flag. I love Rocky movies. They're amazing. They make me feel great. They're action-packed. They're awesome. Moving on to another property, again by NECA, Terminator. So I've got some Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 figures here. So starting with the Terminator 1 figures, this is the Terminator from when he goes into that police station and basically kills everyone. Badass scene right there. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator 1. And then here is another. Whoop. I almost knocked over that RoboCop. There's another Terminator from Terminator 1 when he had the longer hair. Here's Arnold. And then we've got the T-1000. Robert Patrick. Awesome movie. I love Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Such a cool movie. I love this figure. I love how you can see through his head. Right after he got shot in the face by a shotgun. Such a cool scene. Such a cool movie. Moving on, I do have, as you saw me almost knock it over, one NECA RoboCop figure. This is based on the video game, the RoboCop video game from the 80s. You could see by the paint on there, it's very video game-like. Very blue and white. Very vivid looking. This is the rocket launcher version. Actually shooting a rocket. He's on fire. Very, very cool figure. I love this figure. I think this might be my only video game NECA figure, but I absolutely love it. I think I kind of want to buy the Contra figures after buying this RoboCop figure. And then another property that I absolutely love is the Planet of the Apes figures. So we've got Caesar, Koba, and then Caesar and Koba with the paint on. When I think they were hunting elk, I believe, if I can remember correctly. But I love these figures. There are a couple of those Planet of the Apes figures which are very hard to find, which I'm still looking for. Luca and I don't remember the name of the other one, but I definitely want to buy all of the Planet of the Apes figures and have them all in my collection because they are pretty amazing. Look at that. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. $20 gets you this level of detail and paint. Look at that face sculpt. And the teeth. Absolutely amazing. There's Koba. So there you go. We got Rocky, Terminator, RoboCop, and Planet of the Apes. We got Predator. We've got some superheroes up top. Now let's get to my aliens. So I have quite a few alien figures. Let me see if I can go through all these. Obviously, let's start with this big bad one right here. The Queen. Look at how beautiful this thing is. This is absolutely gorgeous. The Alien Queen. I am in love with this figure. This is so cool. Look at this thing. Absolutely bonkers. You gotta get this figure. If you liked Alien, if you liked Aliens, if you liked the scene with the Queen Alien, you gotta get this figure. It's so awesome. It is fairly pricey. It's $100, but it is amazing. I absolutely want the loader. I still need the power loader so I can fight the Queen Alien. But let me show you what else I got in here. So there's Bishop, ripped in half. Here's this android guts. There is a egg, alien egg. There's Ripley and Newt. Ripley's got the flamethrower, about to murder Alien Queen's babies. And there's Newt hanging on, scared. I didn't have anywhere else to put these, so I put them on this shelf. So I've got some Prometheus figures. There's the Engineer. I love Prometheus. I think it's a great, great movie. It's so cool how they expand the mythology of the Aliens movies. Love it. I absolutely love it. So, but there is the Engineer. I still need the Engineer in the spacesuit. And then there is, what is her name? Her real name is Numi Rapace or Rapace or something. I can't remember. Elizabeth something. Leave it in the comments if you know her name. I cannot remember her name right now because I'm having a brain fart. But there's Fassbender, David, the android, severed head. Look at that. NECA knocks it out of the park. They just absolutely do. And if your main gripe with NECA is that they break easily, again, try what I said. Just give them another chance. Give them another shot. Use a hairdryer. Use hot water. Use a space heater. But I just love NECA. I'd hate to see people not buy NECA because they had a bad experience with a limb breaking off. Because they're so cool, so detailed. at that. So awesome. So much detail. All right, so moving on to, this is kind of a mix here because I've got some Aliens Genocide, which is based on a comic book. I've got, look at that thing. Good Lord. Forgot I had this one. That is so awesome right there. It's an exploding head alien. Look at the detail on that thing. I'm sorry I'm getting all excited about these figures, but I just love them. So let's start over here. This is the dog alien from Alien 3. I think from Alien 3. I bought a couple of the accessory packs. Those things do light up. Those are from Aliens, and they also come with a couple of the face huggers and whatever the hell, chest burster. But I do have some Colonial Marines. There is Frost. We need some more Colonial Marines. We need an Apone. We need a Dietrich. There is a, what is that guy's name? I forgot his name. He's a Wayland Yutani Commando? I think that's correct. Very, very striking look and feel about that guy. Really, really cool. More Colonial Marines. We got Hudson and Hicks right here. There's Hicks. Michael Biehn. And then we've got the late great Bill Paxton, Hudson right there. Game over, man! And then we've got Vasquez. Let's rock! Sorry, I do this. When I'm looking at figures, I like say one of the lines that I remember from the movie. I'm a big nerd! Sorry. But there is Vasquez with her smart gun. Look at that thing. And it's got like the little burst effect there. So awesome. Let me just give you the... Look at this. This is why I come down here. It just makes me happy. I feel like a kid again. I don't have to deal with the stresses of everyday life. I just look at these figures, get all excited, think about the movies, makes me want to watch the movies again. That's what toys are supposed to do, right? I guess. So there's my NECA stuff, guys. Those are all my NECA figures. I do plan to buy more NECA figures in the future, but let's move on to the next one, which is Mafex. I don't have that many Mafex figures, but the ones that I do have, I absolutely love. So there's the Bank Robber Joker from Dark Knight. This one has kind of loose limbs. Just be aware of that. It's a cool sculpt, though. If you're not too worried about loose limbs and you just want to pose it and have it look cool on a shelf, then there's nothing to worry about. But a couple Mafex figures do have rather loose limbs. Some are great. Some don't have loose limbs at all, but some do have loose limbs. Here's another guy that has notoriously loose legs. Superman from Batman v Superman. It looks great. It looks awesome. Pose there, flying. He's got a flying pose there. But he does have loose legs. I have the Batman from Batman v Superman. I've got the Wonder Woman. Another thing to be aware of on the Wonder Woman. Let's see if I can show you. See her leg? That is ink rub from her skirt there. So be aware of that. I had her in a kind of dynamic jumping pose, like a leaping forward, about to strike and swing her sword. And I had her in that pose for too long, and it left like, it looks like bruises on her leg, but it's like ink from that little skirt piece. But there's the Wonder Woman. It looks great. Here is the Nightmare Batman from that very cool scene in the movie. Here is the Armored Batman from Batman v Superman with this spear. I think it came with Nightmare Batman, as well as I think that mask, the broken helmet, came with Nightmare Batman. Nightmare Batman came with a lot of awesome accessories for other figures. I think it came with that too, that cowl piece. So get Nightmare Batman because it's a great figure and it comes with a lot of good stuff. Especially if you have these other figures. And then last but not least, I do have a Suicide Squad Purple Coat Joker from Mafex. So those are my Mafex figures. I kind of lean towards SH Figuarts over Mafex. Mafex does make good product though. I mean, this Nightmare Batman is an excellent, excellent figure. It might be one of my favorite purchases. I think I bought it this year. as well as this one. This is an awesome figure here. But I think I like SH Figuarts slightly more, and that's just my personal opinion. You might disagree, but that's just how I feel. I didn't mention these before, but I don't really have another place for them to talk about them in another collection video, so I only have a few DC Icons. Here's 3 DC Icons figures that I have. I've got Aquaman, I've got Superman, classic Superman, and Harley Quinn, classic Harley Quinn. These are fantastic figures. I've heard rumors that they're going to end the line, that they're changing the line. I love these figures. It's very, very sad that if they end these lines, because this is a great, great figure that DC Collectibles is putting out. I'm not going to go over the pops in this video. I'm going over the figures. So I do have a couple of McFarlane figures. Stranger Things, awesome, awesome TV show. Love the show. Probably one of my favorite TV shows. But there's Hopper and 11 with the wig on in the Eggo waffle. All right, and let's get into SH Figuarts. This is my, I have one SH Figuart on this shelf. All of the other ones are on the same shelf right down there. We'll get to that soon. But I decided to put this one out against the Storm Collectibles Scorpion because I just thought it was a cool look about them. 2 of my favorite fighting games facing off against each other. Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. So there is the Ryu SH Figuarts. I missed out on the Chun-Li. I really wished that I had picked her up on Barnes & Noble's sale. They recently had a sale, 30% off, and then I had a 25% off on top of that. So I could have gotten it for like $26, and I snoozed and I lost. But at least I have the Ryu. Awesome, awesome figure. I'm looking forward to the Akuma and pretty much any other Street Fighter figure that they put out. That's SH Figuarts right there. And then Storm Collectibles. This is my first one. Definitely not going to be my last Storm Collectibles figure. I love this figure. I have the Fatality head on right now, breathing the fire. But it comes with the regular head sculpt and then the alternate mask from Mortal Kombat 2. But I am really, really looking forward to picking up the Sub-Zero figure. And I really, really want to get the Reptile as well. So, yeah, I am in for these SH Figuarts. I kind of like the SH Figuart. I know Storm Collectibles makes Street Fighter figures as well, but I don't know. I just kind of like the SH Figuarts more. I'm not sure why. Maybe I like the way that they look more, but I just do. So there you go. There's SH Figuarts and Storm Collectibles. All right, moving on. Now this right here is why a lot of you might have tuned in. Let me adjust my lighting and I will be right back. All right, so I adjusted my light so you could see this beautiful, beautiful shelf a lot better, as well as this beautiful, beautiful shelf. This is my newest addiction right here. Mezco 112 collective figures. I am in love with these figures. Absolutely freaking love these things. And I can't get enough of them. But let's get started. I've got the DC shelf first. I put in a Hanna-Barbera figure in with the DC because DC produces a Space Ghost comic now. So there's Space Ghost. Looking boss right there. Freaking love Space Ghost. Childhood right there. But just an awesome, awesome figure. I got him in a flight pose. I like to use these flight stands. The stands are fantastic for these things. But I like to only use the flight stands for figures that typically fly and or jump and or soar through the air. So there's Space Ghost. This is the glow-in-the-dark Space Ghost, by the way. And moving on to Batman v Superman. There's the Batman right there. Let me see if I can get a close-in shot without knocking down Green Arrow or Arsenal. There is Batfleck. Very, very cool. Lots of accessories. Looks great. Moving on. Henry Cavill, Superman from Batman v Superman. I will be purchasing the Wonder Woman from Batman v Superman as well. And I'm probably going to buy the Justice League figures if Mezco makes those. I think they announced a couple of those. Tactical Suit Batman and Aquaman, I believe. So moving on to some comic book properties. There's the Reverse Flash Zoom, Yobard Thawne, looking awesome. I love that they're racing each other. I posed them this way. I really, really like seeing Flash and Reverse Flash racing, running against each other. And you can see that they're off the ground. They're using their flight stand, so no feet touching the ground. These are just so cool. So, so cool. Here's the Joker. Look at that. So I think I started the year with 0 Mezcos, and as you can see now, I have quite a few in my collection, and I really, really like this Joker. I love the face sculpt. And they are producing a new one, a new Joker with, I think, the long purple trench coat and a hat. So kind of like Killing Joke style, but I just really like this version. This looks really cool. Staying with DC, we've got the Arrows. We've got Green Arrow right there. This is a fantastic figure. Look at the soft goods. A little close-up of the leather on the soft goods. And close-up of the little hood there. And then we've got Arsenal. Good old Roy Harper. The Red Arrow, as I think he's sometimes called. He doesn't really go by that anymore. He's usually just Roy Harper or Arsenal, but a cool figure nonetheless. So there you go, guys. That was my DC Mezco 112 collective shelf. Can't wait to add more. I've got, I think, 9 or 10 figures on pre-order, several of which are DC figures. So as I add more, I'll definitely be sharing those and showing you how they fit in my collection. But let's move on to Marvel. So, first things first. Deadpool, X-Men outfit. I think that was an NYCC or SD. I think that was an SDCC actually. Because this guy was an NYCC. So there you go. SD, San Diego Comic-Con, exclusive Deadpool Mezco 112 collective. X-Men outfit figure. Awesome. This is, I have 2 of the Deadpools. I do have 1 more on pre-order. I have the X-Force version on pre-order, as well as the X-Force Wolverine, as well as the brown suit Wolverine. But we'll get to that Wolverine in just a second. Let's talk about Deadpool first. So I do like this version. Not as much as this version, though. This Deadpool red suit Mezco figure is definitely one of my favorite purchases of this entire year. I would say that it's pretty much a surefire bet to be in my top 10 of the year, but I just love this figure. It's amazing. It's amazing looking to me. It feels very well made. Lots of accessories. It looks awesome. I just absolutely love this figure. This one here used to be my favorite Mezco figure, but I think it might be this guy now, this Deadpool. So there's the Deadpools, X-Men outfit and red outfit. But let's talk about Punisher again. Seeing this and seeing videos of this and seeing reviews of this is what made me take the leap and take the dive into Mezcos. I think that this one was my first one, the Steve Rogers, but I bought this one shortly after, and I do not regret it. I think this is an excellent figure. This is an excellent first Mezco to get if you can get your hands on it. Got a lot of accessories. Face sculpt looks insane. Just very, very cool all around. So there's Punisher. And I do have a couple of Daredevils as well. So I'll start with this one. This is the first appearance Daredevil, the yellow suit Daredevil. Ugly yellow suit Daredevil. But I do like it. I think it looks really cool. Plus, it's nostalgic. If you, have been reading Daredevil for a long time, you'll know that he started in this outfit right here. So, it's kind of like a first appearance outfit. It's got the little Daredevil Sense accessory for the back. And these all attach to the flight stand, as you can see. But there is First Appearance Daredevil, and then here is Shadowland Daredevil. This one was very, very hard to get. It is up there in price now, but it is an amazing looking figure. Very, very nice. The black suit Shadowland Daredevil. And I'm not sure, I think he was wearing this currently in Marvel Comics. He might have switched back to the red outfit, but I think in Defenders he still wears this. I might be wrong. I'm usually wrong a lot, just to let you know. But there you go. There's the Daredevils. Very, very cool. Moving on to the only bad guy, quote unquote, that I have in my Marvel Mezco collection. The Red Skull. Look at that face. Look at that face sculpt. The leather outfit. Cosmic Cube. There's this Hydra belt. Very, very awesome figure right there. They also made a green outfit version for like the classic Red Skull. This was the more modern one. I got this one because the Captain Americas that I have are both the modern Captain Americas. I don't have the classic Captain America that they made. But there is Red Skull. Very, very awesome. There is the Steve Rogers, Commander Rogers with his... What was that thing called? A hard light shield? He had given the shield to Bucky at this point in the comic book, so he did not have the shield, but he had this like hard light shield, basically made of light, kind of like Green Lantern-ish. But really, really cool. I liked when he was Commander Rogers and he was kind of like James Bondish, went on all these like solo missions. There's Steve Rogers. And I think they made this one in 2 different colors as well, like a navy one and then a darker one as well, but I got the navy one. And then here is the modern Captain America. Give him the old thumbs up and the I want you pointing. The shield is magnetized, as you can see there. I'm kind of blocking the light, but let's see if you can see that. It's magnetized to his back, and it also... He's got magnets in his gauntlet there to attach. But it's a very, very nice touch. You don't have to, put his arm through straps or anything like that. So there's my Captain Americas, the Red Skull. And then that brings us to this guy. This is my latest Mezco purchase. Yellow Suit Wolverine. I love this thing. What can I say? I love it. I basically posed it for like an hour after buying it or after getting it, and I just couldn't stop looking at it. This is like the Wolverine that was in the 90s cartoon. This is the Wolverine from, X-Men #1, Jim Lee in the 90s. It's just, it's amazing. I love it. Let me show you the claws. And the boots. I haven't actually done a showcase on this figure yet. I haven't done a showcase on Red Skull either. Leave a comment down below if you would like to see like a more in-depth showcase showing all the accessories and whatnot. And I will definitely do one because it comes with 2 different other head sculpts. An unmasked head sculpt and then another one where he's got a more straight, like serious expression on his face. This is amazing. I love this figure. So very cool. But yes, again, leave a comment below if you want to see me do a showcase on any of these figures, really. Alright, so these are my current addiction. I would say that these are addiction B for me right now. SH Figuarts. I am in love with these figures. Let's just get started. So I have the Iron Man from Civil War, the Mark 46. Beautiful paint, amazing articulation, excellent likeness. I mean, I can't really say enough about SH Figuarts. I just absolutely love them. I want to buy more and more of them. They're pricey, mind you, but I love the way they look. I think they look amazing. Some of them have die cast in the legs so that you can pose them better. But there's the Mark 46. I also have the Tony Stark from Iron Man 3 when he's getting the parts of the Mark 42. Look at that face sculpt right there. It comes with that base. I think that was called the Armor Test Base or something. I forgot. But there's the Tony Stark. Here's Captain America from Civil War. There's the Chris Evans face sculpt. Also from Civil War, I have the Ant-Man, Scott Lang. And he comes with the little tiny Ant-Man accessory, which I will not be able to it will focus. How about that? Very, very cool figure again. And continuing on with Marvel characters, I've got Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2. I love these effects. These purple explosion. They look very, very alien world-like. They're just amazing looking. They look like they're like illuminated, the way they painted them. Because it's kind of translucent plastic within plastic inside. It's just amazing. These effects are so cool. But, oh, almost knocked over Ant-Man. But there is Star-Lord. Who? Star-Lord, man. And then the last one in my Marvel, this one's brand new also. Again, if you want to see a showcase on this one, it's super bright. Let me see if I can get it to get less bright. Nope, the light is like making him super pasty. But I got the Doctor Strange, the SH Figuarts Doctor Strange. I got this one on sale for like $40-something, normally $85. Barnes & Noble, thank you very much for having such a great sale and for sending me coupons nonstop. You made me broke. But I picked up some awesome figures. I also got this one, the Star-Lord, as part of that sale. But Doctor Strange, I love the effects on this one. You could see that the green effect is his hand is going through it. You basically pop the hand out, put the effect on, then pop the hand back on. This one, you can put the effect either the same way as the green one that I have there or on his palm like that. I think it looks awesome. I love this Doctor Strange. So, so cool. I love this cameo in Thor Ragnarok. I think he's going to be awesome in Infinity War. I hope we see a lot more Doctor Strange in the MCU because he's a great character. Alright, so let me get to this guy. Since he's not affiliated with Marvel or DC. Bruce Lee! I got a Bruce Lee figure. Got this one for super cheap. I think it was on Cyber Monday. I think it was like $20. Something ridiculous. Could not pass it up. Big Bruce Lee fan. Very, very awesome. This one comes with multiple facial expressions, multiple accessories, a bow staff, some, I think there were Screama sticks, and then the nunchucks. Really, really awesome. And then moving on to DC, I've got Deadshot. This one also comes with the Will Smith face sculpt. I just really like that white, the mask. I think it looks very, very cool. Look at that. I'm one of the people that love Suicide Squad. I can watch it over and over and over. I just like it. I like the movie. What can I say? I know a lot of people don't like it, but I enjoy it. So I got the Deadshot. I got the Silver Jacket Joker. Looking serious, not too crazy. The light is making my characters with kind of white faces very, very white and very pasty looking because the light I'm using is a white light. Anyway, not that you care. But there you go. And then I've got this lady, Miss Harleen Quinzel, Harley Quinn. Another one of my favorite purchases of the year. Very, very awesome figure. Look at that face sculpt. Very, very Margot Robbie-ish in that face sculpt, as it should be. Great detail in the bat. Tattoos. Just an awesome figure. And I like the way they did the legs. You can't really... The knee articulation is kind of obscured. I like the way they did that. And then, continuing on with my DC theme, here is Christian Bale, The Dark Knight Rises. I think this is from Rises. I think his suit, yeah, it had like a more silverish look in Dark Knight Rises. So there you go. It's got the little gum bomb gun, whatever that thing, sticky bomb gun. He's got his batarang. And the last two in my SH Figuarts collection are Star Wars. I only have two, but I love them both. I've got Darth Maul, my favorite character in the prequels. My second favorite's General Grievous, by the way, if anyone cares. My third favorite is this guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Fourth favorite is Qui-Gon Jinn. Anyway, so there are SH Figuarts Darth Maul, SH Figuarts Episode 1, Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Very, very awesome. I think I've said awesome a lot during this video, so hopefully you're not doing an Cincy Nerd says awesome drinking game, because you will probably need to call 911 right about now. But there you go. I just love my collection. What can I say? I love it. I love it. I will get to these in the next video. These are Masterpiece Transformers and third-party Masterpiece Transformers. Just giving you a sneak peek of what's to come. These are going to be in another video, but here's all my Hasbro bots. There's a big Fort Max there. All my combiners right there. I'm a big Transformers fan. I don't talk a lot about Transformers, but as you can see, I do love them. Voyagers, deluxe figures, got some new Dinobots. Got some mini bots, which I absolutely adore. Freaking awesome. Got some Marvel Legends. Look at this table. Holy A! Lots of figures on this table. This will be a future video. Looks like a big war down there. But Marvel Legends, and then I've got Star Wars Black Series 6-inch. Some wrestling figures that are still carded. And I've got some 3 3/4 inch. Can't do wrong with the 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures. That's where it started. That's what got me into collecting. I'm losing my light. Oh, I can see a shadow. But I'll get to these in a future video as well. Hope you guys watch that one as well. But got lots of stuff to share in a future video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed looking at my collection. I'm not planning on stopping collecting anytime soon. I plan on buying more of these guys, more SH Figuarts, more of everything really. I just love collecting. I love figures. It just makes me happy. It's my happy place. It's my stress-free zone. But anyway, guys, I will end this. If this is the first time you've watched my video, hopefully you stick around. Subscribe if you're interested in looking at more. If you like this video, give a thumbs up. I absolutely appreciate it when you guys do that. But this is the end of the video, so thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and watching. Absolutely appreciate it. And as always, have fun collecting. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. I will see you guys in a few episodes for my Cincy Awards, my favorite figures of 2017. Thanks again for watching. Adios, and I'll see you in the next video.
Well, I wake up some dream.